because he continues to lie to the world about what I said and who I was pointing the finger at.
Never even cashed a check still. I have $100 million that I never even cashed before. I have a tax attorney that takes care of everything when everything is okay.
I'm not with you. Yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
Yeah, see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
In an unexpected and dramatic development, reports suggest that Floyd Mayweather may be evading authorities after a major revelation aired on live television. During a broadcast, ESPN analyst Stephen A. Smith presented alleged financial records that point to Mayweather's connection to a $42 million controversy, according to the claims. These documents indicate serious financial misconduct, prompting federal officials to reportedly move forward with an arrest warrant. Smith, who has previously raised concerns about Mayweather's extravagant lifestyle, stated that this situation could be far more extensive than what has been revealed so far. The news has left both supporters and critics shocked, as the legacy of the undefeated boxing icon now faces intense scrutiny. This story is still unfolding, with additional updates expected soon.
Floyd Mayweather has had for not paying someone money.
Floyd Mayweather's ongoing legal and financial issues have frequently drawn attention and fueled public discussion. At one point, he shared that his legal team had encouraged him not to speak openly about certain matters, assuring him they would manage the situation privately. Even with that guidance, Mayweather showed no signs of shifting his mindset when it came to wealth. He made it clear that his passion for a high-end lifestyle remained unchanged. From luxury jets to expansive homes, he emphasized his continued desire for the level of comfort and extravagance he has long enjoyed. His remarks suggested that while his attorneys were focused on handling legal complications, his personal priorities were still centered on sustaining his lavish way of living, by choosing to keep his financial dealings out of the public eye while holding tightly to his fortune. Mayweather presents himself as someone deeply committed to maintaining both his image and financial standing. Despite ongoing rumors and legal challenges, he appears unwavering in his pursuit of greater wealth and luxury. This perspective reflects a consistent drive toward personal success, even under pressure, and underscores the complicated balance between fame, finances, and the demands that come with both.
Still got my private jets. I still have all my beautiful homes, still have all my properties everywhere, and still making millions every month.
So you didn't take this fight because you needed the money?
Actually, I didn't even want this. The fans demanded this fight. You know, at one particular time, of course, with this fight, of course, I do want to make a ton of money.
Stephen A. Smith has consistently expressed strong respect for Floyd Mayweather, often highlighting the impact he has made in boxing. He frequently points to Mayweather's ability to go undefeated deep into his career, crediting his discipline, elite defensive skills, and sharp technical execution. In Smith's view, Mayweather stands out as a highly calculated fighter, someone who didn't just aim to win, but focused equally on never losing. His style combined careful planning with precise execution, allowing him to maintain control and dominate inside the ring. For Smith, Mayweather's greatness isn't defined solely by his record. What truly sets him apart is his command over every element of a fight and the strategic mindset he brought to each performance. Through his continued praise, Smith underscores the influence Mayweather has had on the sport, noting that his techniques and mentality have helped establish a standard that both fans and professionals recognize. From Smith's perspective, Mayweather's legacy is firmly established, serving as a reference point for future generations of fighters.
Mayweather was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much, and literally walked in the ring and said, "I'm gonna embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me."
After stepping away from professional boxing and moving into exhibition bouts, Floyd Mayweather began to receive less of the admiration he once enjoyed. His decision to return for showcase fights, especially the matchup against Logan Paul, sparked widespread criticism. Stephen A. Smith did not hold back in sharing his opinion, stating that the fight lacked real competitive value. In his view, Logan Paul, known primarily as a YouTuber with limited boxing experience, did not present a serious challenge for someone of Mayweather's caliber. This led many to see the event as financially motivated rather than a meaningful addition to his career. Smith suggested that choices like this could damage the spotless reputation Mayweather had built over the years. instead of reflecting his elite status. The bout appeared to focus more on generating revenue than demonstrating skill or legacy. Much of the criticism stemmed from the absence of the intensity and significance that once defined Mayweather's biggest fights. According to Smith, this transition into exhibitions gave the impression that financial rewards had taken priority over maintaining his standing as one of boxing's all-time greats.
Boxers, if not the greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago, and for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. Looking at these exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
I just believe.
Stephen A. Smith's criticism went beyond just the bout with Logan Paul. He repeatedly expressed concern over Mayweather's broader involvement in exhibition fights. While Smith was more understanding of the matchup with Conor McGregor, given McGregor's background in combat sports, he believed the exhibitions that followed didn't carry the same legitimacy. From his perspective, the issue wasn't about competition, passion, or legacy. Instead, he saw a pattern of Mayweather selecting opponents who posed little real challenge, making the events feel driven primarily by financial incentives. Smith argued that this approach risked weakening the credibility Mayweather had built throughout his career. The image of an untouchable and dominant champion, once firmly established, now seemed in danger of being diluted by a string of less demanding matchups. He pointed out that a fighter who once thrived on high-level competition and the pursuit of greatness now appeared more focused on maximizing earnings. According to Smith, this change in direction has influenced how the public views Mayweather. Rather than being recognized solely for his extraordinary skill and achievements, he has increasingly been seen as someone leveraging his fame for profit. In Smith's view, prioritizing money in this way puts the legacy Mayweather worked so hard to create at risk.
Here's what I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it.
A defining moment in Floyd Mayweather's post-retirement journey came when he was questioned about his decision to face Logan Paul instead of a more established name like Tyson Fury. His explanation was straightforward. Logan Paul had a larger social media following. That response raised eyebrows. The reasoning wasn't tied to competition, skill level, or adding to his legacy, but rather to online popularity. For many observers, including Stephen A. Smith, this answer signaled a noticeable shift in Mayweather's priorities. Rather than seeking meaningful challenges or building further on his already historic career, it appeared that his focus had turned toward high-earning opportunities and widespread attention. Choosing to step into the ring with a YouTuber who had limited boxing experience, instead of a proven professional, was seen as a departure from the competitive standard that once defined him. Smith and others interpreted this decision as evidence that factors like visibility and profit had started to outweigh athletic excellence. In their view, this change suggested that preserving his legacy as a top-tier fighter was no longer the main objective. This evolution in approach underscored how financial gain and public exposure had begun to take center stage in Mayweather's decisions, leaving fans and analysts questioning what truly drives him at this stage of his career.
Why fight Logan Paul?
Name another boxer besides myself that's more famous than Logan Paul.
Tyson Fury?
What? I want you to look up Tyson Fury, how many followers, and look up how many followers Logan Paul has.
Logan Paul, 56 million. Tyson Fury, 4 million.
So 50 compared to 4 something. I can fight a fighter right now, guarantee myself 35 million. Or me and Logan Paul can go out and entertain and have fun and make 100 million or more. So if you were me, you gotta look at 35 million for 12 rounds and 100 for 6 rounds. Big difference.
At the peak of his career, Floyd Mayweather stood as the highest-earning athlete in the world, not only within boxing, but across all major sports. This distinction went beyond his performances in the ring. It reflected a calculated approach, built on careful planning and sharp decision-making. His success in generating massive income came from high-profile fights, calculated business moves, and involvement in promotional ventures. These efforts helped establish his reputation as both a dominant fighter and a savvy businessman. However, recent reports and speculation surrounding his finances have begun to shift that perception. The image of an athlete who once appeared flawless in both sport and business is now facing increased examination. Concerns have started to emerge about how his wealth is being handled, with some suggesting that his financial stability may not be as strong as previously believed. A figure who once confidently showcased his fortune and strategic mindset is now under closer scrutiny. This has led to growing questions about whether the lavish lifestyle he presents is fully supported or if it conceals underlying financial challenges. As more information comes to light, it has begun to impact how people view his legacy, prompting both fans and critics to reassess what his success may have truly cost.
Floyd Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3, 4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back streets.
Logan Paul has openly claimed that he intends to file a lawsuit against Floyd Mayweather over money he says is still unpaid from their exhibition fight in June 2021. According to Paul, he is owed somewhere between $1 million and $3 million from pay-per-view earnings, which he believes were not properly delivered by Mayweather's team. In a 2022 interview with TMZ Sports, Paul made it clear that he was prepared to take legal action, expressing clear frustration over the situation. Mayweather, however, has pushed back against these accusations, maintaining that Paul received the full amount he was entitled to. The disagreement focuses on how the revenue from the event was divided, with Paul alleging that the funds were mishandled and that the agreed terms were not fulfilled, while Mayweather has suggested that delays and disputes over payments are not unusual in the boxing world. Paul has remained firm in his stance, insisting on pursuing the matter through legal channels. This dispute sheds light on the complicated nature of financial agreements in high-profile exhibition events, where large sums of money and differing expectations can often lead to conflict.
Or is that something that you can't disclose right now?
He has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
Short
way.
a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this for the court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm not. Yeah, we're taking it to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
Floyd Mayweather's history with legal matters has long been complex, and his financial achievements have not kept him away from controversy. Throughout the years, he has been involved in multiple legal situations, including serving time in jail for certain offenses. Despite his vast wealth, Mayweather has spoken about feeling restricted, suggesting that success and fame have come with personal sacrifices. His experiences indicate that the challenges he has faced go beyond isolated incidents, pointing instead to a pattern connected to both his financial dealings and lifestyle choices. From disputes involving unpaid obligations to issues linked with his high-profile way of living, legal complications have frequently followed him. These situations have, at times, overshadowed his accomplishments inside the ring. While his ability to build immense wealth is undeniable, it has also brought consequences that are difficult to overlook. His encounters with the legal system reveal a side of his life that is less visible to the public. The pressures and responsibilities that come with fame and fortune. Even with all his success, Mayweather's journey reflects ongoing challenges, showing that his path has been anything but straightforward.
I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. She was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months, right?
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, you know, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back, you know, in my children's life.
At one point, Floyd Mayweather spoke openly about a personal situation involving the mother of his children. He explained that they were not getting along and tensions had been building between them. According to his account, emotions were heightened and alcohol played a role in escalating the situation, that he described asking for the keys to his vehicle, but she refused, which led to the situation spiraling further. In his view, the incident was later exaggerated, becoming far more serious in public perception than it actually was. Regardless of how he saw it, the outcome was significant. He served 2 months in jail for a misdemeanor charge. Reflecting on that experience, Mayweather emphasized how valuable freedom truly is. Despite having wealth and success, he admitted that losing his freedom gave him a new perspective. After serving his time, he expressed relief at being able to return to his normal life and reconnect with his children. During that period, rapper 50 Cent shared his own version of events, offering insight into his role while Mayweather was incarcerated. He claimed that he stepped in to oversee Mayweather Promotions, taking charge of business operations and investing a substantial amount of money to keep things running smoothly, according to 50 Cent. When Mayweather was released, those efforts were not acknowledged, and the money he put into the company was never repaid. This added another layer to the narrative surrounding Mayweather's financial and personal relationships. The situation highlights how his challenges have extended beyond legal matters, affecting connections with people close to him. Disputes like this suggest that decisions made both inside and outside the ring have sometimes led to tension and broken trust, adding complexity to his overall legacy. Mayweather, however, responded by stating that he never asked 50 Cent to take over his business while he was in jail. His stance reinforced the idea that he operates independently and does not feel obligated for actions taken without his request. This response contributed to an ongoing perception that Mayweather often places his own interests first, particularly when it comes to financial matters. It also reflects a pattern where business decisions and personal relationships intersect, sometimes resulting in strained partnerships and unresolved conflicts.
Anybody who knows Floyd knows he doesn't want to be alone. So in that situation, like, I was concerned about him because, like, I went to visit him more than anyone else that he would qualify and would actually visit him. And it's because I knew that he, like this, he'll buy stuff for you to keep you around. His temperament, there's no balance. Like, he can do anything and they still stay there because it's like they're
yes, man, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Adding further controversy, former UFC fighter and analyst Chael Sonnen revealed a surprising behind-the-scenes detail about the Mayweather versus McGregor fight. He suggested that the event wasn't as financially impressive as it was presented to the public. According to Sonnen, a number of seats in the arena were intentionally left empty, then filled with people dressed to give the illusion of a sold-out crowd. Having covered the fight live, Sonnen openly criticized the spectacle crafted by Mayweather's promotional team, highlighting the empty sections that viewers never saw on television. He explained that although the event was marketed as record-breaking, the reality told a different story. Sonnen even shared a personal anecdote. When his mother attended, she witnessed the empty seats firsthand. Despite being promoted as a fully packed arena, thousands of spots remained vacant. This experience led Sonnen to point out how sports promotion can involve carefully curated illusions, where hype and public image are often prioritized over the actual turnout. Nonetheless, the fight's pay-per-view numbers continue to be celebrated as record-setting. Promoters maintain the narrative of success, even if the live audience numbers didn't fully support the claimed achievement.
You can trust the news. There's no such thing as fake. I'm working for ESPN. We're broadcasting the Mayweather-McGregor fight live. And to this day, they will tell you that's a record. That's the biggest fight ever. That thing was sold out. That place people were dressed up as empty seats. And I mean thousands of people.
No.
I bought my mother's ticket that day. That day, my mother decides that she wants to go to the fight. So I'm in there and I'm telling the world that this place is sold out because that's what's on the screen. And it's not even close. This isn't like, it's pretty much, this isn't, there's thousands thousands of empty seats. That was the first time that in my own life I ever just, wow, fake news is real.
Wow.
And then Mayweather and McGregor, they wanted a rematch. They were begging. They were doing more media trying to get a rematch than they did leading into the first match. And the guys that wrote the checks.
But why didn't it sell out? I mean, it's such two big draws. They promoted it so
It's
well.
all anybody was talking about.
Yeah, there's still a number.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how big a draw is, there's still a number. If this guy got 100 million, this guy got 100 million, then you got to advertise it, promote it. You got to bring
It's the guarantees that kill everything. If they were just getting percentages, then obviously everybody would.
You're saying the seats were empty. I can understand it not making the money, but the seats being empty seems seems
peculiar.
Crazy.
Yeah, and there's nothing in the world where you have a pay-per-view hit that didn't have a live audience hit. Like if your live audience is your first focus group, isn't sold out, you didn't do pay-per-view numbers.
Sure.
But boxing will still claim that to this day. They still to this day claim that that's number one. And if you want to be the biggest pay-per-view in boxing history, all you have to do is claim it.
That wraps up today's video. Make sure to stay connected for more updates, and we'll see you in the next one.